Hey guys, back here with episode 2. Today we're going to be starting on the top of this Fiero. Pretty typical for you to see some delamination or blistering of the paint around the sunroof area. What happens is you'll get a crack and then moisture will get under there and then you'll start getting this blistering. You can see just a quick little buzz and you can start seeing where these starting to blister underneath the paint. Haven't bubbled yet, but what's happened is this crack has started and moisture's crawled up under the E-coat and started blistering. All that paint, it starts to peel up off of the fiberglass. Your SMC is very porous and very susceptible to soaking in some water and moisture and oils, so really causes some damage. You can see here is another crack. You can see our water line where that moisture has soaked into this fiberglass, and that's where I'm getting some issues. Again, down here, it's been kind of peeling all the way down this pillar. It's peeling on the other side pillar as well. What I'm using here is 188 grit 6-inch DA paper. I use hook and loop. I use the 3M, the purple 3M. You can get some cheaper stuff out there, but it wears down pretty quick. But this 180 grit is gritty enough to get down to business, but not really hurt your fiberglass. If you get into it, you're not going to do much damage to it, but it really eats through that clear and that base coat pretty quick and gets us down to a good substrate. The other side here, it was a little worse, so we started picking at it, getting as much of that loose material off as I could before I started in sanding down everything. So I come back in with that 180 and sand down. I do pull this back until I do find that line that I did mention on that other side where we get all that moisture coming through. You can kind of see it a little bit in this video. You can see that line. I go past that. We want to make sure that we aren't keeping that covered up. If we do, then we can run into some issues later. So I'll come back and we'll address these here in the next video on how this repair takes place. So please don't do what I just did. I did not clear out my lines and got water on everything and did have to go back through and dry all that out. So we want to keep the fiberglass as dry as we can. So as far as the rest of this goes, not much damage to everything on the rest. The back hatch, I don't run into any peeling, any blistering, anything like that. So it's just a matter of getting all this clear coat and the base coat off of there. I do like to remove all that has been sitting in the sun and baking and getting UV damage over the last 30 years. So it's hard telling what kind of damage that has occurred. A lot of people will buzz over it. I say a lot of people. Some people will buzz over it and prime and paint, thinking that they've done a good job. The results come out good, but what can happen is that damage is already there. You'll start getting some delamination of the clear coat still under that primer, and it'll start bubbling and you get some bubbles and start peeling later. So that's one of these issues that I want to avoid. We want this paint job to last a while. So the rest of this is just buzzing it down. I'll take that fuel cap off here in a bit and kind of get around it a little bit later. But if you have any other questions, feel free to comment. I'll answer your questions.